Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
The Madness Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content. Tune in and subscribe to Comic Talk with Pops Van Zant on YouTube.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked border patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Baron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
Your favorite podcast, it's Critical Blast.
And now for something completely different.
And here we go.
Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no.
Kiss my entire ass.
Oh, my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. Damn good coffee. And hot.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
This town needs an enema.
So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chocks out from under the wheels. Flats up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
The doctor is in, baby. Give it to me straight, doctor. I can take it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Doc's Coffee Shop, where coffee is not just a prop. It's a way of life. Good morning to the lovely Kate. Good morning. Cut down the intro. No, I will not, Amit. Good to see you, Amit. And good to see you, Professor Perotta. Welcome. Good to have you. Hey, I'm going to bring out my co-host now, but just so you know, guys, lock up your daughters.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Gordon Shumway, nice to meet you. Interested in a new Buick?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
I'll make you famous.
I'll make you famous. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I may make it through yet another day.
All right.
Just know that coffee is indeed the cure-all for what ails you. Okay. Except when you make the mistake of having 2 Checkers chili dogs for lunch yesterday. Because this morning, my asshole was being an asshole.
Oh, no. But yes, coffee, cure all for everything.
Yeah, it's good for what ails you. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Coffee should wait. There, coffee should be black and no sugar. You're damn right, Amit. There you go. The way God drinks his coffee. It's in Second Opinions, chapter 4, verse 3. Look it up. And good morning to the Q Continuum. Yes. And yeah, Taco Bell can be worse. I went to the art school. Yeah, the art school where I teach is downtown. So all the fast food places are through there. And I'm too lazy to pack a lunch, which would be easy to do. There's a fridge there. There's even a stove, a microwave. You know, I could easily eat better. I don't. I just hit the main strip and go, no. Yeah, that looks good. So I go to Taco Bell. And I wanted to know what the big deal was about this. Let me turn this thing off. About the Mexican pizza. Been hearing all about it. Oh, it must be good. No, it was not good. It was not good. It was a very thin nacho with some refried beans, some chopped up tomatoes, and a little bit of cheese. That was disgusting. I want meat. I am carnivorous. Understand what I'm saying to you. I'm a carnivore. So
I'm feeling what you're putting down.
In preparation for this, Tanner, I thought to myself, I said self because I call myself self. I should also, as a backup, just get some tacos because, you know, You know what those taste. So I ordered tacos. Give me 3 hard shell tacos, meat and cheese only, please. They did. I got back to the office, and they were literally so soggy at the bottom because these were obviously old tacos that just fell apart. I was furious. So I went back to Taco Bell, but not to give them peace of my mind. I said, "Can I have some more of those? Those were yummy." Oh my God, I'm So I want to talk about a topic today that in a million years as a young person I would have never thought would be controversial. And that's free speech. Free speech is controversial. Now keep in mind we live in an era where the American flag triggers people, where everything, including math, roads, and the weather, is now classified as either racist or misogynistic or patriarchal. But free speech is frightening to people. And I can't wrap my brain around this. I don't get it. Bad speech, bad ideas, hateful things being said in the public square. So what? You say truthful things, factual things, uplifting things. That's public discourse. That's the way this works. Ask yourself this question. Without free speech, how can there be a civilized society? Even Socrates knew this back in the day. Now, I didn't agree with Socrates, by the way. If you guys don't know, here's how things went down for poor Socrates. Poor Socrates.
That's what I call him too.
Socrates, because he violated free speech laws, corrupting the youth simply by reasoning with them in the Socratic method, which is just asking questions, was sentenced to death. Now, they didn't hang him. They didn't stab him. They gave him poison and said, "Here, drink this." Now, first of all, just got to tell you right now, I'm not participating in my own execution. That shit ain't going to happen. Like, if I'm on death row for some reason and they come to get me and they say, "It's time," I'm going to say, "You're going to need backup." Because we fit to be some fighting. I would listen. They'll be dragging me in that room, hooting, hollering, screaming. You see people, they go in there, they lay down and they give the arm, to put the needle in here. No, bitch, you ain't getting shit. I'm not. Anyway, Socrates said, when his friends were literally saying, "Look, man, we can get you out of here with," he said, "If I profited in life by means of the state, then who am I to reject the state when they demand my life?" Now, that's weirdly honorable, I suppose. But that is what a state without free speech looks like. And that's where it ultimately will always lead. You cannot have good ideas if you don't see what a bad idea is. You cannot know virtue from villainy unless you see both of them. Do you think that the German population back in the 30s realized what was happening to them until it happened? Same thing under Mao, same thing under Stalin. Even now, in Canada, in Australia, in the UK, our kind of liberal democracies, free speech will get you in trouble. Here in America, it'll get you in trouble. There are people that will tell you free speech is dangerous, and they fear it. But here's the news flash. There is no Liberty 2.0. There is no backup to America. If it dies here, it's gone forever. So, that can be just a skosh, Tanner, just a tad frightening.
It makes me think of, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't know it verbatim, but what Ronald Reagan said when he talked about, freedom only being, one generation away from.
Yes. One of the most eloquent speeches ever. Where will you go? He said. To where will you turn? If not here, where? This is the last light of liberty on earth, the last best hope of mankind. God, that dude was eloquent as hell. And he was a damn good president, too. Just saying. But anyway, I can't get with people who, and they'll justify it. They'll say, well, I don't have a problem with free speech. It's just hate speech. Who defines what hate speech is? You see, that's where censorship must come into play. And they say, well, you think you can just blah, blah. No, you cannot incite to violence. Okay. You cannot call for violence. You cannot make threats against a person. And there are certain civil laws about libel and slander.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is wide open. It's a free market. If you want to stand in the town square and yell anti-Semitic, racist garbage, society takes care of itself. It's like there was a business. Let's say you own a business and you're a horrible racist person. Well, and you're selling cookies. Well, I'll open a cookie store across the street from you and not be racist, and I'll put you out of business. That's the way society works. That's where capitalism and federalism walk hand in hand. And by the way, we are not a democracy.
We're
this
a republic.
Nation, we are a constitutional republic.
And it's not the Democratic Party. It's the Democrat Party. There's nothing democratic about it. Sorry about that. I had to jump in. Yeah.
And there's Pops is like a Pop Goes the Weasel thing. What a Jack in the Box. Pops out, says something, gone. Huh? But
it was true.
Yes, absolutely, it's true. So unnerving. That's so unnerving. It's like when you're first learning to ride a bike.
I really am. I'm glad.
You're first learning to ride a bicycle, and the big old dog jumps out on you. Ah! And down you go. I totally lost my train of thought.
Censorship.
Censorship. Yes. Be self-censoring and be courteous. But there is no way on earth anyone's ever going to tell me what I can or cannot think or say. And remember, this administration tried to start an Orwellian thought police. The Ministry of Truth. They were literally going to try it. And it got shot down, thank God. Oh, let me see here. Doc is the ultimate carnivore, much like Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yes, I am. Rah! And literally, if I couldn't find, a good taco, I would probably chase a cow down the street and just bite it. Was he not? I mean, there's the thing. Socrates, Plato, all those guys were boy lovers. Maybe, I don't know.
Who knows?
What is up, Max? Good to see you. And yes, they had a very different idea of what love was. Let's see. Doc, what do you think about Alex Jones being nuked from the internet? I think Sandy Hook thing is hard to defend. It is hard to defend. But at the same time, the people that filed the suit against him were people that were not injured. An FBI agent? Are you shitting me? And also, he should be able to say exactly what he wants to say. If he's wrong, let him be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think you should castrate someone from the public discourse. Now, people will say, this is where I was going here a moment ago. These are private companies. They can do what they want to do. YouTube, Facebook, all the social media. Okay, fair enough. Then why are you having a meltdown over Twitter? It's a private company. It can do what it wants to do. If Elon Musk wants to say free speech is going to live on Twitter, why are you having a meltdown? It's a private company. They can do what they want to do.
May I jump in again real quick?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was just going to say, it's like you have this free speech platform, right? And man, it's like, it's one thing to say, hey, it's a private company and they can do whatever they want. But if the government is over there telling them, hey, suppress this and suppress that. Our First Amendment rights have been dealt a blow by the government, not the private company. And
Exactly.
that, my friends, is against our Constitution. That's what our Constitution protects us from, the government interfering in our private lives.
Exactly right. And you're spot on. That was my next point. At what point is a private company still private if they're doing the bidding of the government? Government contractors can't build the plane they want to build. They have to build the one the government says build, right?
True.
Because they're an agent of the government. Which brings us to,
Now they looking at Elon Musk's rockets a little funny.
yeah. It's what do you do when he's not just one of the richest men in the world, but he's the guy that's going to take us back to the moon, and now they're going, there's not really a viable plan B. I mean, Virgin and Blue, whatever, not really even competition. What do we do now? This guy's all of a sudden, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're considered alt-right because you stand up for the First Amendment, what does that say about society today? So I made up new terms. So now I have
part of that is that everybody that was like running around yelling for free speech back in the 60s is now all right. They were all left then. They were all left then. That just proves the ground is moved. And anybody that can't understand that the ground beneath you has moved and not the people around you, until you figure that out, you're going to be a hateful little troll. Hateful.
Absolutely true. It is therefore, Tanner, it's that time. It's that time.
Is it that time?
I'm just here to tell you, it is the hypocrisy of things that stinks to high heaven. For example, dear Twitter employees, just go find another job like you told us to do. Sincerely, the Keystone Pipeliners. Poor us.
Karma is a beautiful thing. Karma. Yeah, I'm going to hang out for the review.
Says Indian government should speak to protesters. Justin Trudeau refuses to speak to Canadian protesters. And this guy has supported every protest on earth except for Canadian protesters.
Yeah. Canadian truckers that were right, by the way.
Yeah.
Were right.
Yep. I'm going to protect you from COVID if I have to kill every last one of you. For those of you that are not aware of how bad it got in Canada, let me encourage you to go check out Viva Fry on YouTube. That's all I'm going to say about that. And just occasionally, though, social media giants get something right. I make no comment whatsoever. None.
YouTube, you're next.
Sometimes memes just speak for themselves.
I was saying that about gallon of gas versus a cup of coffee a couple years ago.
Right. And this one's for my family, just so they know, just looked at my bank account. It looks like everyone is getting text messages for Christmas. Because the economy,
because we have free Obama phones.
It's the best economy ever. And here at the Madden, we drink coffee or people die. It's that simple.
Too simple.
Just saying. So Tanner chimed in with some good stuff here. Let's take a peeky peek. When someone says
let me
something,
get the banner out the way. Hold on.
yeah. When someone says something so stupid, it hurts every version of you in the multiverse. Hell yeah!
You gotta put that one next to my Q1.
How it feels when your best friend and you say the same thing at the same time. Yeah, baby. Look what I found. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's just funny. Oh my God. Okay, moving on. I'm useless, they said. I have stupid powers, they said. Until he summons a giant megalodon to eat everybody. I did like the episode of Big Bang Theory where they're dressing up as the JLA, and one of them is having to be Aquaman, and he's got the
none of them want to be Aquaman.
none of them want to be Aquaman, and he's got the inflatable seahorse that he's riding. Like, what a dork character! It's simple. DC is better than Marvel. Marvel makes movies for money, and DC makes films for the people.
This one was okay, but that next Joker, tell me how that was for the people.
Yeah. I'm going to disagree with that one. I will put Iron Man up against any DC movie, except for the 1989 Batman, which to me was a high water mark. Think about what that Batman was. He wasn't a known superhero answering the bat phone or the JLA. He was this urban legend that was mysterious, spooky, and hid in the shadows and would jump out, whoop that ass, and vanish.
Well, that's Tim Burton for you.
Yeah. He was just scary as shit. You know, that's my Batman. All right, here we go. Let's see what Pops has to say this morning. Without a single degree, they created art that inspired generations. And then the artists with degrees. Exactly right. This is part of the reason that I got canceled. People in the local fine art movement wanted to do things like puke on a canvas and call it art. And I said, no, you're not going to do it. It's an insult to working artists everywhere. So I was canceled. All right. Stop moving the thing, whoever's moving the thing. If you could chat with anyone on this bench for 1 hour, who would it be? Well, you can't ask me that. I'm a Christian, so I would chat with Jesus Christ.
Right. Well, then that's your answer.
Well, I mean, I look at that like that's going to happen. That's an inevitability.
Yeah.
His bench is probably way nicer than that. I'm just saying.
So probably. I don't know. That looks like it's built by a carpenter.
Early
I'll say
gold and
there are so many
glowing and shit. It's going to be,
There's so many I want to talk. I would love to be able to spend not just an hour, but an afternoon with Claude Monet and paint with him and talk to him. Of course, I don't speak French, so that would probably not work out.
I want James Morrison on acid.
I would love to spend an afternoon with Winston Churchill and talk to him.
So y'all too serious about this. You gotta have fun. It's only an hour.
Geez, originally I was just gonna say, Alice Cooper would be really fun because
he's still here. You could do that anyway.
Yeah, Alice Cooper is a very intelligent, very well-spoken and well-thought person.
Actually, if you add up all the times I've talked to Alice Cooper, it might actually add up to about an hour.
Well, rub it in. I'm just saying, I have not had the opportunity to talk to Alice Cooper, so I would love to sit on that bench.
Now, Pops did tell me it was his lifelong wish to spend an hour with Gene Simmons. So
he is more fun to listen to on the golf course than anywhere else. I'm just saying, Alice Cooper is a funny guy.
I was jumped by two guys wearing Tesla hats. They told me this is Twitter country.
Yeah, I did that. I own that one. That's me.
And think about this too. Would somebody tell me what kind of a world we're living in, where a man dressed up as a victim gets all of my press? Just saying.
It's serious.
Yes, amen.
I put that one up there because I rarely get 4, much less a full night of 8 hours of sleep.
If you're a parent out there and you've had a newborn,
oh, that's even worse.
you have fantasized about
I remember
sleep.
those days.
You have fantasized about sleep. I'm just
They
saying.
taking turns sleeping when you get in that situation.
I want to have those conversations with my newborn. What could you possibly want right now? Okay, you're fed, you got a dry diaper, you're nice and comfy. Why are you screaming your head off right now? What do you even have to scream about? What are you afraid of? What is causing you pain? Please just tell me. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Good morning. Football, beer, and above all, gambling filled up the horizon of their minds. To keep them in control was not difficult. Oh, yeah. Bread and circuses, baby. Bread and circuses. Pops, you just went a little crazy loading these things up. What up, Dick?
Some of these are cues. You're getting into cues now. You're getting into cues.
Oh, okay. So Q sent some. Q, you got to quit stealthing these things in here, man. You're supposed
He
to.
drops them on me during the show. Like I got time to download and upload and fuck around. Just come out here and show them, dude.
What up, Dick Neck? I do like that though. A good thing about winter. Yes, there it is. The karma isn't working fast enough. How political posters feel online. How they, yes.
Oh, so true.
Yes. I'm going to tell my kids this is how the Milky Way was created. Oh my God. That's funny as hell. That's going on my Twitter page today. This has been another episode of Meet and Greet.
How dare you!
But we had fun doing
it. We did. Why is the brand skipping? Oh, Carol, I'm
gotta delete all them and make room for other stuff.
Okay. Your morning's not so good, but still it's a morning. Well, Carol, I'm very sorry if it's not a good morning. I will certainly lift you up in prayer because that's just how cool I am like that. So yeah.
He's just that good of a guy.
Let me know in the comments, seriously, especially those of you that are watching this perhaps later. Where do you stand on free speech in the public or in the digital town square? Yes, there are private companies who can do what they want to, but if the government's coercing them or working in cahoots with them, or if they're not equally applying their standards, their community standards, do they deserve the protection of a platform, a publisher, or are they not?
Well,
let us know.
They've never even decided which they are. They keep dancing from one side of the line to the other, and it's really getting annoying. And who do we got to turn to make it a solid thing? The government.
Yeah, there's a great line all the way from back in the 80s
manipulated all.
On Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche.
Oh,
in Revolution Calling, he said, "Oh yeah, that was a high water mark for all metal." Right there, period. And Empire was pretty close. But it says, I used to trust the media to tell me the truth. But now I see the payoffs everywhere I look. Who do you trust when everyone's a crook? A revolution calling. Now, just sharing that song right now would probably get you accused of a hate crime.
Yeah, right.
You know, it is what it is. I am a free speech absolutist as long as it's within the law. You know, you can't incite to violence. Don't be planning murders and riots and rapes and blah, 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 blah.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Carol. I see you over there.
But they're trying to say, oh, well, free speech on Twitter was used to organize January 6th. Yeah, it was also accused. It was
By
also
the FBI, by the government.
It was also used by the Summer of Love rioters and protesters and actual insurrectionists who took over and declared a piece of a town to be an autonomous country. That is called treason.
That's something that somebody pointed out to Elon the other day, that BLM and Antifa still use Facebook, Twitter, all these platforms to organize their riots in different cities and their protests in different places. And how do all these people get all over the country? Does anybody ever ask the serious question? This shit costs money. How do these people get from place to place to place to do all this shit?
And also, I'm going to speak directly to you now. If you're out there and you're Antifa and you really think that you are anti-fascist, okay, the brown shirts wore brown shirts, you wear your black shirts. You try to beat the hell out of people for sharing free speech. They beat the hell out of people for free speech. Are you really the good guy? Do you really think you're the good guy?
No, they use fascist tactics.
It's like the scene at the end of Falling Down, when Robert Duvall finally has the jump on Michael Douglas, and he's like, wait, I'm the bad guy?
Exactly. Hans, are we the baddies? You do have to wonder sometimes,
Well, say goodnight to the bad guy. Scarface, baby.
You do have to wonder sometimes, the angry people in the 40s that tried to take over the world. We're not allowed to say their names. Did the average run-of-the-mill guy, ever stop and go, I'm pretty sure this is a whole different country that we're rolling through here that doesn't belong to us. And we're trying to not invade it and conquer somebody and leave. We're trying to take it. Did they never go, oh, maybe we're doing the wrong thing here? I'm sure they did. Now, there is, by the way, on YouTube, it's like an audiobook, but someone found a journal of not a Nazi, just a Wehrmacht soldier. And he kept a journal all the way through the war. And you can read what an average infantryman serving in the Wehrmacht thought about things. He had no racism in him, no anti-Semitism in him. He thought they were liberating countries from the communists.
That's what propaganda does, yo.
Well, Rommel,
exactly.
one of the greatest tankers ever, was often quoted as saying he was not a Nazi, he was a German.
Yep. And it just, the real politic happens. It does, and I get it. Sometimes for strategic purposes that must happen. There is a line though, and I'm going to rant about this too, by the way. It was amazing to me that under a certain administration, Russia invaded and took Crimea, which does not belong to them. China started gobbling up the South China Sea, the Spratly Islands, started making their own islands and militarizing them. Then a certain other administration took over. They didn't move an inch. They didn't say a word. They didn't saber rattle. And then another administration came in, and we get the Ukraine being invaded, and we get China looking at Taiwan going, thinking it's just about time for us to just take your country away from you.
And while nobody's looking, North Korea launches a nuke at Japan.
And so you got to kind of wonder, just a little bit, what really makes you safer? Which administrations make the world a safer place? Is it safer to be in your front yard with your shirt off and be jacked like Schwarzenegger back in his day, strapped with weapons from head to toe, while the thieves, crackheads, and meth heads in the neighborhood look at you and go, yeah, we better not fuck with him? Or are you safer if I walk out with this dad bod coughing my brains out from smoking too much? Just saying. Deterrence, peace through strength is a real thing. Muggers and thieves jump little old ladies for their Social Security checks. They don't go after Gracie Jiu-Jitsu people. I mean, how often do you hear about those guys getting jumped outside their gym?
Right.
You know, or their dojo. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Or if it does, it makes memes. Just saying. We had a pretty simple concept. Yes, peace through superior firepower. Yes. We had a pretty simple black and white worldview back in the Cold War. There's an evil empire over there with 100,000 nuclear warheads aimed at us. Perhaps we should be strong. Excuse me, I got to cough my brains out. There we go. That's what little brains I had just ricocheted off the desk. Then suddenly it became problematic. Reagan called the Soviet Union the evil empire, and the left went, "Ooh, you shouldn't say things like that." Trump kills that guy, what was his name, al-Zawadi or whatever his name was?
Yeah, al-Zawadi.
And they had a meltdown.
Yeah, only
Hold
took
up,
out
I
one
got
of
a
the
meme for
guys.
that. I'll be right back.
Don't get me started on that one.
He calls MS-13 a bunch of animals, and Nancy Pelosi says, "We're all God's children." There is a type of person, be it a Trump, a Patton, a General Ridgway, a Bull Halsey, that are these once-in-a-generation figures, a Winston Churchill, that just are wired differently. They're the ones with the great big ball sacks that'll stand up to the bad guys and call it like it is and say, we're going to squish it. You remember, Colin Powell said, we're going to find the Iraqi army, we're going to encircle it, and we're going to kill it. And the left lost their mind. You kill it? Oh, you can't say, it's war. What do you think happens in war? The military only does two things very well. They break things and kill people. Yes, this is a very true. And when you have to explain to people why killing a terrorist is a good thing, CNN has won. This is true. Now, they will try to distract you with social issues like, calling it hate speech to say boys have a penis and girls have a vagina, to say that roads are not racist, that math is not racist, to say that in this country, any person can achieve whatever they want to within the bounds of the law, depending on their effort that they put into it. A little luck doesn't hurt anything.
That was the wrong one, Doc. This one's better.
Okay. When killing a terrorist becomes a partisan argument, you have terrorists in your government. Oh, yeah, there's that too.
Oh, shit!
So, I don't want to be too political here this morning. It just bothers me that free speech is even considered an issue. It is our First Amendment. Think about that. Your right to think as you please, to speak as you please. If we lose that, what's left?
I think that's why I was kind of taking this back to comics slightly a little bit. I think that's why I was a big fan of Frank Miller, because of his advocacy for censorship and not the advocacy of censorship, but for fighting against censorship.
His opposition. Yeah. And, I never thought I'd live in a time where there is literally book banning, book burnings of things like Huck Finn, Tom Sawyer. Don't mention 1984. That's hate speech. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I got an original copy of that on my desk right now.
Fahrenheit 451. Animal Farm.
It was behind us. I really did. I really thought that was a part of our past, and here we are reliving it.
I had a uber leftoid.
When we went to Savannah, Tanner, did you get any of them Ayn Rand comics that were free on the table out front?
The what?
The Ayn Rand comics at Savannah that were free on the table out front?
Oh, no, I didn't grab those.
Dude, I did, and I tried to read the book. Holy shit, hold on. I tried to read this shit, man. The Anthem graphic novel, I tried to read it. Holy shit, is this a piece of garbage? And you guys know I don't say that about comics. I don't review comics. I couldn't read 3 fucking pages of this piece of shit. Anne Rand, Atlas Shrugged, the author, you know who I'm talking about. Anthem, the book, the graphic novel. It is freaking horrible. Horrible.
I had
I'm so sorry for the people that were involved. I'm sorry for the artists because the art's great. Couldn't read fucking 3 pages of shit though.
I had a leftist come at me and say, well, you people on the right are just as guilty of wanting to ban books. I said, what are you talking about? What they were talking about
schools if they're inappropriate,
is pornographic material being offered to kindergartners. Yeah, we got a problem with that. That's grooming.
And that's not banning it. That's getting it out of the fucking school. Get it out of the fucking school. Get it out of the library where kids can get it. You just don't want kids getting crappy shit. You don't want kids getting pornographic shit.
I don't need a 3rd grader
asking me questions
to know how to give a blowjob. And that's literally in some of these books.
I don't
and another leftist friend of mine who's actually a very reasonable person, he goes, oh, that's not happening. And I always warn him, dude, I don't say things I can't back up. Here come the 57 instances of it documented. Link, 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 link. And then he goes, oh.
Oh, I had one of those with a wrestling fan last week, dude. He didn't believe me when I told him that wrestlers cut themselves.
Really?
He didn't believe me. And I'm like, I can show you webpage forum after webpage forum of wrestlers talking about how they conceal fucking blades and shit and cut themselves. Come on, they go down after fake hitting the steps and they come up bleeding. And you see their arms were in front of their head when they hit the steps, right? Yep. Their hands were in the way. You can see it. It's on video. You can back it up, watch it again, back it up, watch it again.
How's that even an issue? Everybody knows this. It's called sports entertainment for a reason.
20 minutes about how that was a real fight. And I'm like, dude, if they were real fighters, they'd be in the octagon.
Or they'd be dead from all the shit they were doing to each other. It is that time, Tanner.
Oh, man, that time.
I see by the clock on the wall, and I got to step to the restroom. So, Pops, I'm going to let you run things after this.
Oh, man, do I got something special for everyone today. It's a little bit of comic history. It's a little bit of an oddity. We kind of mix it together, and it is John Buscema's Warriors of the Shadow Realm. Okay, why is this great comic history to me? I think it's great comic history for fantasy because this is considered one of the greatest pieces of John Buscema ever produced. Period. And a lot of people, and that's what kind of makes it an oddity, is because not a lot of people know that it exists. But beautiful painted artwork over Buscema's wonderful renders, which originally started in Marvel Fanfare. It's the story of a couple of elves trying to get through this forbidden area.
Which episode of Marvel Fanfare? Which issue?
Oh, I'd have to go dig those out. I want to say like 37, somewhere in the 30s. But yeah, this is just an amazing book.
38 and 39 go into the Asgard, the 3 Warriors 3 or whatever.
Now, in this Premiere magazine, they have a big 3-page pullout, and I want to say that I should have done a little bit more research, but the original painter of this unfortunately passed away.
Whoa. Look at that.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. This is why it's considered one of John Buscema's greatest pieces. I mean, the man was a master to begin with. Mm-hmm. But if you don't like fantasy, or if you do like fantasy,
look at that.
You don't own this book, you need to go out and get Warriors of the Shadow Realm.
Nice. And this has been another And if you're watching, whether it's live right now or later on a replay, and you know a great moment in comics history, hit Tanner up. Let him know. We might spotlight it, and we'll certainly give you credit for it. Absolutely. Right, Tanner? Kate likes to wrestle.
Definitely.
Well, Tanner said, just give him a call. I gotta wait. Oh no, and then there's, yes. Better lock up your daughters. We're coming to your town. Hey, can I play a commercial here? Can I play a commercial or two? Because it's time to pay some bills. Let's take a little break, refresh our coffee. When we come back, we're going to open it up. So here we go.
Doesn't matter what you say or the action that you take. This is done without your will from the problems that you made. You're the night of the just house of American legions all around you. Different things you cannot change in the darkness that's inside you.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead of heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one.
We're back. And I have it. A great Christmas gift for any comic book fan, any pop culture historian fan, any of those things. This is a great book. Get you a copy. By the great Glenn Fleming, who, full transparency, I consider a friend. He's a good guy. So, Pops, are you there?
I am here.
Would you do me a favor and drop the link in the YouTube channel as we open this thing up? If you want to come on out and share your thoughts on today's show topics on free speech, come out and speak freely.
I would have to go back to the video and snatch the email off the end of it because that's how you get it. So,
wait, what?
Yeah, for Glenn's book, you just email him. It's right.
No. The StreamYard link.
Oh. Be specific. You just played a commercial for somebody's book, and then you said, drop the link. Obviously, I'm thinking what I do, drop links.
I'll let that one go, Pops.
All right.
Old age is a thing. It happens to us all.
I don't think I'm going to make it to old age, Doc. I'm going to be serious.
Gotcha, bitch.
We're already there, brother.
If you dart. Join us if you dart, because I can't type.
Join us if you dart.
Maybe that's darte. Join us if you darte.
D'Artagnan, would you join us? Quentin, come on out here. If someone wants to pop in, come on and hang out. In the meantime, Pariah Blood and Mud is still in sign up over on Indiegogo. Head over there and sign up if you have not yet done so. This book is going to be good. The first lump of pages has headed off to the publisher. The next batch and final batch for the first installment will go out the door hopefully this week. So, yeah, it's welcome to the show, Brother Max.
I dart.
You dart. Where's your cam, bro? You don't get to slide in here and hide.
Fucking, I just woke up. My hair's all spastic.
There you go. You got your beret on. You look fine. Good to see you, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's really good to see you. I always love it when Max comes out. That dry sense of humor that I lack, he has.
Got to do it somehow.
Max, give me a thought on free speech. Give me a thought on Digital Town Square. What's your take on all of it?
I'm pretty much a free speech absolutist. When it comes to the First Amendment, as long as you're not conspiring to kill somebody or commit crime,
right?
You're pretty much fine with me. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. They can say whatever the hell they want to say. The only thing, free speech, when you give people free speech, it allows you to say what you want, and then that lets everyone else in the world know what type of person you are.
Exactly. If you're going to come out and use free speech to be a shithead, then the world will know you're a shithead.
Exactly.
That's how that works. Hey, Stephen B. I love the Bold Cat logo with the Santa hat. But now you got to get on cam. You know the deal.
I need to get a Santa hat.
Okay, you can't hide on the Docksters show, baby. There he is. What's up, Stephen?
Hey, how's it going?
One of the hardest working men in independent comics today, Stephen B. Bold Cat Studios. Almost.
Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. and you can catch him right here on the Madness Comic Network.
Was about to say, you see his eyebrows go up when you said that? By the way, Stephen,
yeah.
Take a look over at Max, okay?
Mm-hmm.
See him?
Yes, here.
Look up here at me. This is your future if you persist in this career field.
Unless you're smart and grow
this is what will eventually happen to you. We all become chewed bubblegum at some point.
Yes,
you do. Grow that hair out, Stephen. You'll be fine, brother. Just grow that hair out. You'll be fine.
The big, the bad, the bold, and the beautiful. The only reason I'm wearing my hat today is because the sun is really bright and I'm shading my eyes. I don't
This
mind.
segment brought to you by Garbage.
Also brought to you by Sunlight and the letter M. Stephen B., let me ask you a
Wow,
question.
that book was so bad, dude. Like I said, like 3-4 pages, and I just put it down and went.
Let me ask you a question, Stephen B. Is there such a thing as hate speech, or is there just stupid speech?
Speech is speech, and honestly, free speech should be one of those things that's untouchable.
Agreed. And yeah, there can be hate speech. I could come on here and just me and Max have beef, and we go at each other, and it starts off. It's like that first argument you have in your first relationship. Remember, this woman that you're with, you thought she hung the stars and the moon. And then one day, she says something to you, and the B word flies out of your mouth. And you see it. You can see the B word traveling through space and hit her in the ear. Oh, no, you did not, motherfucker. And the next thing you know, this argument goes from being about, did you deposit a check, to your mother must have been having sex with a gorilla to have you as a child.
Look.
But it is all still free speech.
Free speech doesn't mean you're not going to get in trouble for what you say.
Exactly
There
right.
are consequences for stupid shit you say.
You are accountable for the words of your mouth.
One of them should not be censorship.
Right. What was that great line? Know this person, that in Sparta, every man or woman, even a king's messenger, is responsible for the words of his mouth. Now,
I was just
speak
thinking,
your
how do you
message.
know who somebody is if you don't listen to what they say?
Right. Exactly right. And if I don't like what you say, there was a great meme, but there were memes before there were memes, by the way. We called them waves on AOL. And there was one, I don't know who said it, but it was, I just remembered, you're boring and my legs work.
Look,
I remember before there were memes, there was college humor magazines.
Yes.
That's where they all came from.
Remember what was the magazine in the military that we had? The cartoons in there were just savage. Oh, I can't even remember now. Stars and Stripes.
Oh yeah, that was the newspaper.
Yeah. Some of the cartoons in there were savage, and Playboy had savage cartoons.
Oh yeah, Stars and Stripes is really weakened up. They're nowhere near as hardcore as they used to be. You got too many liberals in the
Because the military ain't near as hardcore as it used to be.
That is true.
I'm going to be recording this one later. It goes like this. General quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Emergency pronoun stations. This is not a drill.
And we're not sure if him, her said it. We don't know where the orders are coming from. We're just following them.
Welcome, Q.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
What's cooking? What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Doc?
Stephen B has some memes to
Yep.
share.
Stephen B brought a meme. Let's see what's up. Bam. Oh, wow. That one actually touches my heart a little bit. What if I never find out who's a good boy? Good one, Stephen. Q. Q does not live in the United States. Q lives in one of those Scandinavian countries that nobody cares about.
Nobody cares about.
They don't even care about their countries. You're in Denmark?
The Netherlands.
Netherlands. That's what I said. I don't know why you argue with me about these things. What is free speech like there?
Oh, they have what do they call it? They're regulated freedom of speech. I mean, they're A-OK. But one thing is really the last time I checked, there's the little bit of OMG is that the Netherlands is a constitutional monarch. That's point one.
Monarch.
They have parliaments, obviously. They have a prime minister, etc., etc. But what we do have is a king, a monarch. But the monarch's families have it's a symbolic figure.
Right.
It means it's similar to a celebrity status.
Right.
But here's the big but. Like any other monarch countries that have kings or queens, whatever, they have a type of rule called in French word laissez-faire. And that type of law, if you make fun of or criticize the monarchs in any different any way, shape, or form, whether it's in discussing about history stuff, it's A-OK. But if you criticize them, as they say, for example, all the negative stuff, they get a little bit triggered. For example, in one of the cases during the time when Queen Beatrix, which is the king's mom, was in the office, technically speaking.
Right.
One guy says to the police officer, "Yeah, he got so drunk and said, yeah, I'm gonna bang her or whatsoever." When he said bang, he meant sodomy.
Yeah.
The cop got so triggered, they simply cuff him up and send him to prison.
Yep.
Just simply say, yeah, he wants to bang with the queen.
Yeah. There was a guy in the UK in 2020 that was arrested and locked up and tried and found guilty for reading a Winston Churchill speech in front of number 10 Downing Street, or in front of Parliament. I forget which one. Reading a Winston Churchill speech in England was a crime. So you may think in your country that you have free speech. Australia, Canada, UK, Europe, I'm talking to you, Japan even. But your free speech is at the pleasure of the government. Mm-hmm. It is not a God-given right, and it can be taken from you. They're trying to do it here, but I got a news flash. We ain't gonna let them, because, like we said earlier, if not here, where? Viva Fry moved from Canada, and he is a patriotic Canadian, loves Canada, but he moved to Florida to get away from Justin Trudeau because he can read the writing on the wall. Q, what are we working on here? Let me see. What are we working on?
There's a lot of things I have to deal with. Let's see. Last time I did.
Is that Nick Fury?
No, that's Cable.
Okay, all right.
Let me show you the last time I made. Look at it.
All right. Look at all this stuff, man.
Bam.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there.
Mm-hmm. Takes a lot of photo references, a little bit of research and thinking. Okay, which one would look good on that paper? And I thought, hey, why not combine some of these old school sci-fi films that I remember? For example, this one is inspiration from Star Trek Insurrection. I thought, hey, maybe I could use that one. Boom. There you got it.
Wonderful. Loved it. And it does look like a movie poster.
It is. It does look like it.
That's good stuff, brother. Let's see what Stephen B is working on here. Stephen is still working on the double page spread. Oh, look at that, though. That's looking great. Oh, Stephen.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Bro. Levels up every day. And you know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because he works at it every day.
And he's got some great mentors. I'm just saying. He's got some great people that he is not afraid to ask for their opinion. And their, you know what I mean? He's like, he gets people's outlook on what.
Well, sometimes you just need that that second mind for an opinion on things.
Sure, absolutely.
Look at that.
Yeah, man. Look at there.
Nice. Better all the time, dude.
This is going to be the cover number 3 for Crypts and Legends.
Nice.
Well, for 3.
And let's check out what Max is working on.
Look at that. I was like, look, back and forth. Why is Max on the big screen?
Because I want to see what Max is working on.
I don't have anything to work on. I'm a writer.
You wouldn't be here, Doc. Max ain't working. He ain't working. That's the way you do it.
Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Nice.
Now, where the hell are you going to put Crom in that, dude?
Oh, come on. They don't all have to have Crom. They don't all have to have Crom. You greedy old coot.
He started it.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
He started it, Doc.
But I'm still working on it.
Max, you were working on drawing. You went out and got a tablet.
Yeah, I got one right here.
By the way, if you're not going to use it, I'll send you my mailing address.
No, I got one. I still use it. I use it for work. Like when the artist turns stuff in, I use it to circle things and say I don't like this and this.
Look, I'm saying right now, that's where me and Max couldn't work together because he would send that to me and go, I don't like this, and he'd get an email back. It looks like this. Don't care. No, I worked with writers. I even worked with a really bad writer one time, and it was like his writing was so bad that I felt
just
ashamed.
one, Scott?
This one particular writer was so bad.
You've only worked with one bad writer?
One really bad writer that absolutely I was embarrassed to have my name on his books. But
wow.
That's like, yeah. He's the one I told you about that he said, and his face was burned by a fanatical fan. And that one was so bad, I called him. And I said, are you sure you want to say this? A fanatical
fan, which is the same fucking thing?
Yeah, a fan is short for a fanatic. And he was like, you just leave the writing to me. I'm like, if that's what you call it, dude.
You know what? If you were reviewing that book, to like, why wasn't anyone telling him that fanatical fan means the same thing?
Hey, Kate.
He just, in his mind,
they was trying, Stephen.
He could do nothing wrong. Now, he had a character, and the panel that he wanted called for the hero to get the shit punched out of him and be flying through the air. And this helmet wore like a medieval crusader type helmet. So I had the helmet flying off, but the dude's head turned because the gimmick was you never saw his face. And he freaked out. You can't have the helmet come off. I said, oh, is that the source of his power? He puts the helmet on and he gets strong. No, we just never show his face. I said, you do see that's the back of his head, right? That's not his face.
Oh my God.
But you know, that kind of stuff where you get a writer that just, they can only see their way. Now, at the same time, I'm also a writer, Max. So I feel you, you know, if I envision something a certain way, that's the way I want it.
Well, when you write something and it's like, you know, dude gets punched in the face, you want that that punch to have impact. You know, sometimes it's just.
All right, I think I'm gonna go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh, okay, Steven. Take care, bud.
All right, Steven.
You too. Peace.
Yep. Yeah, if you call for that big punch, the artist has to sell it.
Yep.
So, you know, if you get a little foo-foo, beep, and the guy's not going to, I mean, unless it's Superman thumping somebody. I didn't like that one Superman movie.
No?
He returned, what was it? That one that everybody forgets about. But anyway, it did have a great shot in it, though, where it showed a bullet bounce off his eye.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Superman
and he
Returns.
didn't even blink. Yeah, and he didn't even blink. You know? It's like, now, see, that was well done. That's a good scene in a bad movie. But I never figured out, and George Reeves actually talked about this. People would shoot Superman, and the bullets would bounce off of him, and then they would throw the gun, and he would duck. First of all, what makes you think throwing the gun is going to help when the bullets just bounced off of him? And secondly, why would he duck?
He would simply dodge and go, oh, is that how you throw? Okay.
You know, just, and there was that great true story, by the way, that George Reeves appeared somewhere in costume, and a kid was going to prove to his daddy that he was really Superman, and he brought a gun, and he was going to shoot him. And George Reeves didn't lose his cool. He very calmly knelt down and talked to the kid and got the gun away from him. I would have freaked the fuck out. I'd have been fired as Superman because I would have ran and squealed like a girl and ducked behind the building. You know, I'd have hid behind another person. I wouldn't be Superman no more.
That scene happened also in a film called Unbreakable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That was a good movie too.
Yes, it was. Unbreakable and Glass. That one was okay. What was this other one? Samaritan, where they replaced him with Stallone. Have not yet seen that one, but I would like to. That's by that dude that did The Sixth Sense, right?
Yep.
And Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. That I'm one of those people, I can see the end of a story coming almost from the opening scene. You know, it's hard to surprise me or subvert my expectations. I'm here to tell you, The Sixth Sense got me. When the wedding ring hit the ground and started rolling, and it starts clicking that Bruce Willis is dead, spoiler alert, I was like, oh, hell no, they did not. They got me. I didn't see it coming.
No, I caught on to it because no one actually talked to Bruce Willis except for the kid.
Yeah. And then you notice, oh, he never changes clothes. You never see him from the back. You know, all those little things. And then the things the kid says, you know, when I talk to dead people, they don't know they're dead. Yeah, they don't know they're dead. That should have been it. But, you know, that was next level writing.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was good stuff.
That was a great, wonderfully written piece of work. And I got to say, whatever screenplay or book Shyamalan wrote, the director executed it perfectly. It's just one of those movies. Really good one.
I remember in one crack magazine, they made fun of the Sixth Sense. And the kid said the same line. The kid says, I see dead people. And Bruce Willis replied, of course you see dead people. We're in the funeral. It's around a bunch of people. Yeah. And another panel is, I see dead mosquitoes.
My friend that was a mortician, he said, I see dead people. He said, me too, kid, every day. Every day. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping this thing up. It's been a great show. As always, thank you for tuning in. Chat, you guys are just the absolute best. We love you. We're going to go around here. Pops, tell people where they can find you, sir.
Pretty much here.
All right.
If you don't know how to find me, you're watching on Doc's channel.
Just look for Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt, or
It's like going across the scroll on the bottom. It's telling everybody where.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Max, tell people who you are, where they can find you, and why they should bother.
I'm Max DeVille. You can find me here at atrocitypress.com. That's got a link to all of our social medias and our store. And you should follow me because I write awesome shit. And we make badass comic books that are for adults. It's more of it's not well, they're not safe for work, but it's not porn. It's more like R-rated entertainment.
It's for grown-ups.
Yeah.
It's for grown-ups. All right, Max. And yeah, Max makes some good stuff, guys. Q, tell people where they can find you. I love Q's answer to this.
You can always find me here in the Madness Comic Book Network on YouTube.
There you go.
I am Doc Blalock. I am the writer, artist, and creator of Pariah Blood and Mud. I am a professional artist for the last 35 years now. And you can find me on the Twitter at Doc Blalock 8404. You can find me on YouTube, Doc Blalock. You can find me in lots of places. But typically, you'll find me when I'm lost.
Was there 8,403 other Doc Blaylocks?
No, there's just the one, and there's always my wonderful. You'll see this icon wherever you look for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out. Max, thank you. Q,
yep.
Pops, thank you. Tanner, my co-host, always glad to see you. Special shout out to Kate. Love you, dear. We will talk to you soon. And Pops, play us out of here, buddy.
Okay, what do we got? Let's go with. How about... Damn, where the hell are they all? They're way down there.
We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. Very big ape, very big guns, blowing very big holes, very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six-gun gorilla, long days of vengeance.
Hey, everybody, Dirk Manning here, the writer and creator of numerous comic books and graphic novels, including Nightmare World, Tales of Mystery, Brave But Not Dead, all kinds of stuff. And I am super excited for you because you are getting to watch right now, right this moment, out of all the things we're really going to be doing, you're getting to enjoy and revel in the Madness Comic Network. And that is awesome. Thank you for being here.
I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this at all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
Bringing you sex, sass, and style. Buckle up and unlock your imagination for a fun adventure with these death-dealing dames. They sail the galaxy in search of spoils. The most dangerous acquisition, and the most fruitful, are the legendary Splinters of Yggdrasil. The Splinters are magical artifacts forged from the Tree of Life that wreak havoc on the universe. The missions are perilous, but the bounty is glorious. Enjoy our hyper-fictional wonderland. How is a pirate ship sailing through space? 'Cause magic. How do they heal so quickly after battle? 'Cause magic. How are they able to communicate through jewelry? 'Cause magic. It's all about the characters. Abo, rough, robotic, ready. Mo, carefree, callous, courageous. Mistress Graven, daring, diplomatic, dominating. Betsy, academic, accountable, aristocratic. Nefara, ancient, assured, adrenaline junkie. Bruto, proud, prominent, protective. Fisty, independent, incendiary, invigorating. Roxy, superficial, scarred, secretive. Once you get to know this diverse crew of mythical miscreants, you'll be anxious to find out what trouble they'll get into on the next episode. Go to abogrizzly.com and order both halves of the first episode today.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the there was the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are great.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit